3 restaurants, 3 robberies, 1 suspect. And police say that suspect may be armed and is certainly dangerous. This is visual evidence of the fierce gun battle that happened right here. And these charging documents and affidavits kind of fill in the gaps. So what kind of laws do we have here in Utah, and how do we protect our children? ABC4's Barb Smith is looking for answers. She joins us now with more. Barb? Or you can take them when they're wet, throw them in the microwave, set it for 2 minutes, turn it on. The radiation, the experts say, will actually kill all the germs that are on that. From dressing like a princess, we're no longer talking about Jim, by the way, to driving way, way too fast. These are the stories that have people talking.
Good morning, Utah anchor Dan Plant has what's trending today.
When he called in October, what did he say that happened that night?
He didn't really say exactly what happened.
So the car goes airborne, and stay with me. The car is still in the air as far as I'm walking, 45 feet, then comes over here, lands on a car in a carport, and bounces and goes inside of that house.
Do you tent your turkeys?
I don't cook too many turkeys. I cut them when they're done, but someone else in my house is in charge of cooking.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Believe me, it's better for everyone that way. State legislators are one step closer to passing new laws that would protect teens from tanning beds. Neighbors say they complained about a crosswalk long before a woman and a small child were hit by a car there yesterday. The crosswalk, located in Salt Lake City at 1500 South and State Street, you see it there on the map. The child is barely hanging on to life. The woman is in critical condition this evening. ABC4's Noah Bond is reporting from that crosswalk. And Noah, what are people saying now? 8 young women sleeping in their college home wake up when a convicted rapist breaks in and holds them at knife point. Now, thankfully, 2 of the girls were able to hide and call 911. Tonight, we're actually hearing the calls that may have saved all of their lives. A new Facebook fad could cause some serious harm to our children. You see, teens all across the country are entering beauty contests, sending in pictures that some might call inappropriate. And the worst part of this is what happens after the pictures are posted for everyone to see. ABC's Celia Vega has the story. We should mention this has become a very big issue. Facebook actually shut down the site overnight, but there are hundreds of similar sites that are running right now, so the problem isn't going away. And we certainly know the good and the bad of what people can say, because we're all on Facebook as a team and individually. So absolutely, we know. Like
the wind.
that.
Yeah, obviously, we need to watch out for the wind.
That wind, brutal Saturday.
A lot of hairspray, I guess. Thank you very much,
Thanks,
Jim.
Jim.
From dressing like a princess, we're no longer talking about Jim, by the way, to driving way, way too fast. These are the stories that have people talking.
Good morning, Utah anchor Dan Plant has what's trending today.
Obsession can be an interesting thing.
Right.
Good or bad.
Very strange one, too. We'll be right back.
Don, what's going on?
Well, we want to get into really the scope of the damage and the information. It just continues to change. We're getting more and more information here at our assignment desk. Just going to pass things on to you real quickly. Let's start with Davis County disaster. Give you a few issues here. Centerville obviously declared a state of emergency. Probably heard that by now. Estimated damage that we just got here a while ago, $8 million. This is a preliminary estimate. Thousands of people still without power. I want to pass on Rocky Mountain Power's number again to people, 877-508-5088. You might not get through if you're just calling about power, and they're probably aware of that, but in case you know about any down lines, that's really what they want to know about. Also letting you know that 13 semis tipped over just in the epicenter of all this, the Bountiful Centerville area. You had 10 on I-15, 3 at Legacy, and then we had 3 in other areas that weren't really part of the epicenter of this wind. Other thing that we want to do is take a look. I think we have a picture or a live look, a video. Okay, we don't have the video right now. We're going to move on to the school system. We just learned that all schools in Davis County will be closed tomorrow. Now today, all the schools opened up, and then slowly 7, then 9, and eventually 28 schools closed in Davis County for various issues, mostly because they didn't have power. So they don't want to deal with this at all tomorrow. Right now, Davis County is saying that it's impacting the staff, impacting the students. They're just going to go ahead and close all the schools tomorrow and not deal with this. They're also saying, and we're going to look into this, they say additionally, with so many buses needing repairs, they don't want to have the transportation issue. So again, all schools in Davis County are going to be closed tomorrow. Of course, we are staying on top of all the news, making calls, getting emails, getting information from viewers and from officials. We'll have the latest information for you coming up a little bit later. Right now, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Well, Brent, these documents tell us exactly what happened, but before I get into them, let me show you something here. These are bullet holes in the front door of Matthew David Stewart's home. You see 3 here, move up here, another one up in the corner, also right above the door, and this one that took out part of the door and also part of the window here. This is visual evidence of the fierce gun battle that happened right here. And these charging documents and affidavits kind of fill in the gaps and let us know exactly what happened here at 3268 Jackson Avenue. As we have known for some time, agents from the Weber Morgan Narcotics Strike Force arrived at Matthew David Stewart's home to execute a search warrant. In this computer animation you can see, and the affidavit tells us, when no one answered, the agents then entered the home and cleared the basement and main level. Then police say Stewart began to open fire from a concealed position and at close range with a 9mm semi-automatic pistol, confirming what neighbors say they first heard.
Heard 3 pops, almost sounded like somebody out shooting some fireworks.
Agent Sean Grogan was struck in the face and went down as Agent Derek Draper returned fire. Agent Casey Burrell was hit twice, and Agent Jared Frankham was mortally wounded after being struck 6 times.
And there's a cop here on the corner. I just heard there's an officer down. We need a cop car here to get him to the hospital.
All hell had indeed broken loose. Nate Hutchinson was hit several times. Police say Stewart then shot Agent James Vanderwerf. And as police tried to get the wounded and themselves out of the house, Stewart advanced on the officers and continued to fire at them as officers returned fire.
Heard a bunch of commotion, get out, get down, and hail of gunfire. After that, they probably between 30 and 50 shots.
Ogden City Police Officer Michael Runkles arrived to render aid, but the warrant says Stewart shot him twice. With all the police finally out of the home, police say Stewart then moved to the front door and continued shooting at the already wounded agents and fellow agents who were trying to evacuate them. But police begin to return fire and outgun Stewart, so he retreats into the house, out a window, and into a backyard storage shed. The warrants do not describe the arrest of Stewart, but neighbors actually witnessed that, and they say it's something they won't soon forget.
You could see in the backyard of the house that they were at, they were yelling at the suspect to show them their hands, get down, get down. It's quite the experience.
And back here live in Ogden, looking at the bullet holes in Stewart's front door. The warrants we obtained also detailed the days after this all happened, when police came back in here looking at evidence, and they say that they found active marijuana grow going on, multiple marijuana plants inside of Stewart's home. And these documents also tell us something that's fairly eerie. Police talked to a friend of Stewart's who told them, and I'm going to quote, that if the cops ever showed up at this house, that he was going out in a blaze of glory and shooting to kill. Something, sadly, that police say is exactly what happened. Reporting live in Ogden, Don Hudson, ABC4 News.